stronger? Y'all, it's happened again. My mic was muted as I was trying to talk. Anyway, so I want to give a little bit of backstory to this game, a classic Alyss. Hello Derek, hello Yoshi, hello Chained Vex, hello everybody. So I want to talk about this game real quick. So those who know me know that I am a huge, like, I love blacksmithing. Can't do it right now because of my hands, and hopefully eventually I'll be able to do it, but not really something I can do, but I really want to. Well, you know, I was on TikTok and there was this one channel talking about this game Bladesong that was being released. And it is, you know, it was posed as a blacksmithing simulator, which I was like, hell yeah, I'm all for that. I love blacksmithing sims. Like, oh, I'll just, you know, I'll do the playtest off stream because you know, I don't think chat wants to just sit there and watch me forge blades for 3-4 hours. Found out the game has a story mode. The game has a fucking story mode. And since my plans tonight were freed, we're gonna play some Bladesong. Please go and wishlist this game on Steam. I love this game. This game is amazing. Normal Alyss day. It really is. Hi, Aramis. In cloying darkness you writhe, clinging to life by the tips of your fingers. Hi, Granny. Something takes shape in the emptiness. Contours of flesh tracing along familiar lines. A withered old woman's face floating before your own. Thanks for the lurk, Lili. When she speaks, she has the rasping voice of a raven. Who are you? A swordsmith? A survivor? A saint? Look at that. This is your pronoun select. That will take long to come to one day, right? Let's see. I'm still a dying woman. Because obviously I am women. You're no saint, you damn right, I'm a swordsmith. Wrong. It is not yet your time. The sundering claimed untold lives, yet you endured when so many around you perished. What did you do to survive? I was a leader. Oh, I didn't even notice that these... Ooh. I'm gonna be a wanderer, I think. Yeah, I want the knowledge. Cold hand touches your brow. Water cools your burning throat. You kept something through all your hardships, a keepsake from a better time. What is it? Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention when I did this. Eldritch with the raid!
Hey, Eldritch
welcome, Raiders! Welcome!
And crew.
Eldritch,
welcome to the Metal
Eldritch or Yoshi, can you shout out Eldritch?
Let's make this raid a blast with some slime-tastic shenanigans.
Thank you so much for the raid, Eldritch. How was your stream? What were you up to, my friend? Those coming over with Eldritch, my name is Alyss, everybody's favorite half-face slime tamer. I do a little bit of everything here, gaming, art, music, and game design. Right now we are playing a new game that's currently only in playtest called Bladesong. You can go wishlist it on Steam, I highly suggest. Kind of get reminded of the tree meme. Which tree meme? Anyway, oh. Grants a bundle of leathers and pigments for more creative freedom early on. Grants a unique family heirloom passed down through prior generations of your lineage. Grants a bottle of precious liquor to boost your progress. I don't want to go with the Artisan's Toolkit. The fire is... It was fun, played some Poke MMO. Nice! The fire is burning itself out, leaving you a damp shadow of your old self, while blindly in the darkness until more water is tipped down your throat. What do you believe in? Now the voices have abandoned this world. Humanity can rise above the voices if we can learn the secrets. Believe in small things. Bread rising, seasons turning, children growing. We're better off without the voices. Humans can adapt to anything. Every small kindness is an act of defiance in a world without pity. Nothing matters anymore. There's peace in accepting that. I like ambition. I'm an ambitious person. The secrets of the voices would burn your mind to ash, mortal. Can't stop what's coming. I'll leave you with one final question, and I don't expect an answer. What will fill the silence the voices left behind? As the old woman's face retreats into inky blackness, sparks flicker into life behind her one by one, a field of stars burning with a sickly pale light. Like seeds taking root, they twist and expand, their tendrils branching and burrowing through the darkness until they've strangled it with light. Now wake, Smith. You still have a part to play in humanity's final act. But yeah, like I said, I was going into this expecting a blacksmithing sim, and there's a fucking story. It's so cool. Your eyes flutter as you regain consciousness. You're faintly surprised to find yourself alive. Either death did not come for you, or when it did, found you unyielding. Awaken. I'm not the only one confused by actual story, right? You sit up, gasping, sweat drenched. The fever has broken. Fun fact, I messaged Paradox the moment I realized the story, because I was like, this is right up his alley. Get your bearings. You're in a tent. There's no sign of your caretaker, apart from a half-empty water pail and damp cloth in your brow. You peek out of the tent flaps, squinting against the sunlight. Outside, as far as you can see, it stretches a chaotic sprawl of tents and shelters, turned mud and shallow graves. Most of your rations are gone. Your horse was already dying when the fever took you. Body is nowhere to be seen. By now it's likely soup. You're on your own. Remember, a lifetime on the road, selling your wares, sleeping under trees, learning the secrets from the world. Every year it got harder. Landmarks vanished, bridges collapsed, outposts fell to ruin. Last, you were forced to seek sanctuary. It was a long journey to Aaron Keep, through dust and despair. Your last memories are of sliding from your dying horse, your numb legs tracking furrows in the mud as someone dragged you to shelter. But who? Outside the tent is a crude field forge, complete with an anvil. You crawl here in a daze, or did your mysterious caretaker bring you here? By the way, the anvil gives you a feeling of home. That's the condition. It seems to have been abandoned for some time, lacking anyone with the skill to work at it. It won't require much effort to get running again, should you need to make a living out here. Hopefully it won't come to that. First, you should head to the gates and try to secure entry to Everin Keep. That's why you came here, after all. Hi, Flash! Alright, Eldritch, enjoy the lurk. First customer is a gaunt man in a tattered cloak. He approaches you, noticing the anvil outside of your tent. Oh, blacksmith, can you make me a sword? I've got the coin for it. Make sure it's good and long. I don't like my enemies to be in a hugging distance, if you get my meaning. Let's do it. So this is what I love. So there's all this stuff over here. Oh, I forgot it's gonna make me... So it does have me go through a tutorial. Oh wow, it won't let me go any longer. Okay. Change thickness. Has very good details. Yeah, like it's one of those things, like you play the first part of it and you're like, oh, okay, you know, it's gonna look like that, and then like you sit down and you start playing it and you're like, oh, it's got a lot of thought into it. The details are really well done. The mechanics are a lot of fun. And like, you can get very creative. Eh. I might have gotten a little ahead of myself. Anyway, say a nice simple two-handed sword. That's all this guy wants. And we offer it to him. Man takes the sword and jabs it at his shadow experimental. Slow grin crosses his face. This should do the trick. Thanks, Smith. Here's your payment. Another customer awaits. Here's what I love, though. There's a fucking skill tree, by the way. Word is already spreading around camp about the new Smith. Your next customer is a wary-looking man with a bald pate. Pate? His hollow eyes darting back and forth. That's what it sounds like. It has nice details in the background, but it's $80. Right? Like... I don't know how much this game is gonna cost. I know I'm buying it as soon as like it announces it though, because I love this game already. Everything I've played has been a lot of fun. I love the details. I love the story. I want more of it. So heard you came down with wasting fever. Lucky to be alive you are. Anyway, can you modify this sword for me? I scavenged it from the ruins, but it hasn't got enough of a point. I want something I can stab into a thief's belly if I need to. He hands you a sword with a sharp edge but a rounded tip. As you hold it to the light, he leans forward conspiratorially. I only had this blade 3 days, and I felt people's jealous eyes upon it. They come forward in the night. I want to be able to give them a good, short, sharp stab. So he wants a narrow point, so we're actually going to move this. Not narrow enough. When I was... Alright, keep fucking going narrower, I guess. My father took me into the city. Oh man, I have no juice. Damn it. The man takes a sword and lets Ern test the point, smiling at the bead of blood that wells at his fingertip. Then he stows it away, glancing around the camp as he does so. Folks out here will take anything from you if you ain't vigilant. Keep a keen eye out, Smith. Hurries away, his back hunched as though against a non-existent downpour. Hi, Reggie. See Flash is just partying. Oop. Let's scrap that. Let me end the day. Now it's time for the second part of the fucking... This is called phase 2. This is where you get story stuff. Passage into Aaron Keep is barred by a colossal gate, taller than a ship's mast. It was built to withstand enemy armies, but since the Masked King's ascension, it mainly keeps out the desperate masses seeking his protection. Let's examine the barrier. It's only visible in the half-light of dawn, when it pours within a rain. Faint shimmer that rises from the walls and captures Aaron Keep in a vast dome. Oh yeah, I actually failed the knowledge when I did this off-stream. For a city to have survived this long past the submarine, it must have extraordinary defenses. You've heard that some surviving outposts have covered in dragons or shrouds of impenetrable fog. None have as perfect a protection as Aaron Keep. It is though the song never ended. Attackers, human or otherwise, are simply unable to breach the dome. Poisonous miasmas dissipate harmlessly against it. Plagues are kept at bay. Within this sanctuary, crops grow without watering or withering. Water runs clean, and people can sleep without fear. Yeah, it's so the story's all in these like narrative cutscene, like these narrative like dialogue scenes, and then the forging is actual like stuff, like actual gameplay. If such miracles can exist in a world without the voices, surely there's hope for the future. Approach the gate. As you approach, the portcullis rises to admit a caravan, and chaos breaks out. The crowd swells like a rising tide. Refugees push forward, begging for entry, and the guards batter them back with their shields. The merchant wagons barrel through their drivers using horsewhips to lash stragglers out of the way. Sneak through with the wagons. You don't get far before a guard grabs you by the shoulder and flings you down into the churned mud. Not on my watch. Gazes at you like a fisherman disappointed with his catch. Want to enter the keep? You a citizen? Got yourself a worker's permit? No, I don't. Get out of here. Stop wasting my time. Nice work, Jade. Okay, that's the euphemism the guards use to refer to desperate hordes camping at their gate. Has a nicer ring, you suppose, than refugee. I have useful skills. I'm a blacksmith. Every applicant who comes here begging is a doctor or a master glassmaker or a damned alchemist. I think I was born yesterday. You're a smith, prove it. If you just come with me, I'll demonstrate my skill. How do you expect me to do that? Not my problem. Make some swords, I suppose. Maybe then we'll give you a work. Till then, buzz off, little fly. Back to my tent. Return to your tent where your makeshift forge awaits you. You're hardly at your best working with such limited materials, but it's all you have for the time being. Won't be long before your cache of steel runs out. It seems you're going to be here longer than expected. You should make a priority to find a merchant in this forsaken place. Ooh, I like that, Reggie. No, someone did want to say, welcome to Panda Express, and they said, this is a Wendy's.
Flash Step Killer said to get drinking.
Thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna drink the little juice I have. And thank you for the stretch. Not that Dusty wants to read it, apparently.
Hey Alyss, Flash Step Killer said it's time to stretch.
Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Alright, so finish this short. Cool. So, do Isolde? Pigment Saffron. Ooh, mobility too. What about Lockin? What was Lockin want? Lockin wants speed. Elisana wants mobility. Ew, I don't like when people want a one-handed sword with 2 leather. Ugh. 5 leather? Bro, you want 5 leather? That's like everything on the handle. It's gonna be so ugly. Ugh. Alright, we're doing Askel. Askel's at least being fucking sensible as a person. Not asking for 400 bits of fucking leather. Let's see. Godspeed, secondhand, hastens the wielder of the perceptive time. Frostbite the claymores, forged from the hour hands. Those all things cut to a halt, be it living or inanimate. The man who approaches your forge is brooding and silent, his starved face and shaven head lending him a skull-like aspect. When he speaks, his voice is a hollow rasp. Oh boy. He glares at you. You don't get the impression he's in the mood to answer questions.
Hello there.
Hi, Raven. Alright, well, let's start with length. So what I always do is I always go a little bit longer on length, because this way if I have to, like, it adds more weight to it, and if I ever have to lighten it, I have that extra space. Yes, Raven, length it is. Ooh. Reggie, I like these blades you've come up with. I think that'll do. Change the width? Nah, I think the width is fine. Let's do a point. regular point, so he doesn't want it too narrow. I guess we gotta go a little bit further. Let's do the cross section and then we'll... Yeah. Bro, what do you mean the point ain't what you looking for? How about that? Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Al's got rhythm? No, I don't. Want a blade that's more sturdy than sharp and shaped like a 7? You can do that later, apparently. Just so you know, that is a thing you can do later. Like, the stuff you unlock is kind of insane. So, yeah, Smith's Companion. This guy wants a one-handed sword. Let's make it a... Oh. No. No. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of feeling this one. Sharp as hell, but shaped like the @ symbol. I'm sure it can be done. I have not gone that far into the, No, that's not it. That's not so bad. I haven't gone far enough into the... I haven't gone far enough into the skill tree yet. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I wasn't really liking the Ricasso on this, I think. That's more like a fancy chakram. You forget when I forget your blade? I don't know if I can. I mean, maybe. I know you can quench a blade in, like, Coca-Cola and such. Alright, so I've met all the requirements, and I don't feel like giving you a fancy handle, Haskell. You were a bit of an asshole, very short-handed. Average short sword has been made. The skull-faced man takes your sword, giving it a cursory glance before stowing it under his tattered cloak. Suits my purposes. Okay, buddy. Okay, hold it up. Alright, so this is where, like, I can spend my skill point on stuff. So the first one is just the swordsmithing basics, which gives me the profile taper and distal tapers, which basically just changes where the blade is, like, wide. Which is cool, because there's a lot of fun stuff you can get away with that. Anyway, yeah, no, I can't wait to get more stuff. And then, let's see, let's break that down, get a little more steel. A woman shuffles forward, her eyes red-rimmed and haunted. She has a sword in her hands that's clearly seen years of neglect. My husband passed away a few days ago. This was his blade. I told him it needed maintenance, but he insisted it was fine. What do you think, Smith? Blade clearly needs work. I thought so. Could you fix it up for me? Now I'm alone. I'd like to have a weapon I can rely on. Let's do it. Now, a lot of these are nice and simple. All it needs is just to be sharpened. Which is just... yeah. Ooh, I didn't realize, like, wherever the hammer hovers. Interesting. She traces the restored blade with trembling fingers, tears in her eyes. This is so much better. Even to my untrained eye. Barely worth carrying before, was it? Thank you, Smith. Plays more for debilitating than rather than straight up slaughter. You may survive me, but will you survive the poison? We do have one more energy. A woman shuffles forward. Okay, this is the same one. Yeah. Work, depth, forge, point, cross section. And then cross section. I lament. Oh wait. It had a fuller in it. Wait, is this thing double fullered? Hold on. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, I see, I see. Oh. Spent many years building up an immunity? Of course I know, Princess Bride. Why would I not be aware of building up an immunity to iocane powder? It's like a standard thing. Look, I'm just saying, if you don't build up a tolerance for iocane powder for the person you love, do you really love them? That is a joke. Please don't take any kind of poison just because you love someone. That's how you die. But, you know, fucking Princess Bride's one of my favorite movies. The movie's so fucking good. Trace the restored blade with trembling fingers. Yep. Instructions unclear. Takes iocane powder. No, man! For legal reasons, please do not take poison, please. Outside the walls of Iron Keep, desperate souls gather in makeshift tents, pleading for entrance. Let's introduce ourselves. Instructions unclear. Banana stuck in fan. Yeah, a banana. Tents near you are mostly occupied by unfriendly, suspicious folk. They spit on the ground when you approach and ward you off with threatening gestures. One exception, however. A young woman who actually smiles as you approach, though her eyes are haunted and hollow set. Glad to see you're feeling better. You were on death's door for a while there. You looked after me? Not exactly. I dragged you to safety after you fell off your horse. So, thank you for that. No problem. The old woman did most of the work nursing you back to health. I checked in now and then, but she told me you were still recovering. Where is she anyway? I haven't seen her in days. She's gone by the time I woke up. I have no idea who she was. Oh, strange. I assumed she was a relative of yours. Must have been just a kind-hearted old soul. Count your blessings, there's not many of those around in this camp. Her eyes look haunted soul. Oh, Reggie. Her eyes look haunted, smash. Of course. It's weird the flame is under. It's going to catch. Yeah. I'm sure it's fine. Let's face it, who in this world wants to be alive? Nice to see a friendly face around here. It's good to meet you too. Name's Chev, short for Chevenna. Only my mother calls me that, and she's been dead for 10 years. Painfully thin and covered in grime, much like everyone else in the camp. First person you've seen smile, though. You seduce that? Why are we talking about how to seduce me? Why is that the goal right now? What do you imagine goes on in Aaron Keep? I'm starting to forget what civilization used to look like. I just noticed her hair. Somewhere you can set up shop, build a real business, not just scrape by. Make it sound so easy. Wish I had a skill I could build a business around. All I know how to do is survive one day to the next. She lapses into silence. Somewhere in the distance, a scream rings out. You both try to ignore it. You ever want to selling materials I could use for my forge? I heard someone say there's a scrap peddler in the Lost City selling all sorts of things. Be careful if you go to the Lost City, though. That place gives me the shivers. Alright, well, I'll see you later, then. Before you can leave, Chev grabs your arm. There's a wild desperation in her eyes. Saying to seduce Alyss, or are you criticizing Al? No. I think he's committing, or he's criticizing Eldritch's seduction skills of me. I think. You know what? Yeah, no, Lament, we're gonna need some clarification here. I've been stuck out here for weeks, and not everyone in camp is as friendly as you. Not sure how much longer I can last. Can you do me a favor? If you get into Aaron's Keep before me, find a fellow named Lucas Boreana. My uncle. If he knew I was out here, he'd help me, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'll let him know. I'll let him know you're here. Thank you. She rubs her eyes. Look at me, getting my hopes up. Lucas Boreana. Remember the name. If I make it into Aaron Keep before Chev does, I should try to find her uncle Lucas and tell him that she's out here. Chev lifts her hand in farewell as you walk away from her deck. Her smile is as fragile as porcelain. I was fine until you asked, and I was like, wait a minute. Let's scavenge for food. The tragedy of Applicant's Camp is indescribable. So is the smell. There are no sewers out here, and not everyone bothers to go out skirts to use the latrines. Tucked away from the squalor, you find a pocket where desperation hasn't completely taken hold. Children are playing in the mud, a few scrawny chickens peck at the ground, miraculously uneaten. As you pick your way through, wary eyes track your movement from tent flaps, some calling out to alert their neighbors to the presence of a newcomer. In the center of this little commune, you find a family crouched around a huge cooking pot, simmering with meats and scrounged vegetables. A little girl tosses a handful of wild herbs into the stew. Mouth waters. Approach them. A father and mother, a gaggle of children, a grandmother with face like an ancient apple. Even a dog rolling on its back in the dirt, tongue wagging. They're rough-looking sorts, filthy and gaunt. You're not exactly presentable yourself these days. Something of a good monkey-making tip. Well, maybe next time I play balloons you can give me those tips. You know what a group of otters holding hands is called? Adorable? A polycule? As you get closer, the man twitches aside his cloak to reveal a heavy wooden club. Wife's hand darts to a dagger in her belt. The dog snarls, hackles raised. They all look at you carefully, awaiting your next move. Giraffe, that's adorable. Let's introduce ourselves. Oh, there, stranger. Name's Bennett Monder. This here's my wife, Trianne, and her ma, Gita. I can take you through the names of the nippers, too, if you'd like, but I get them mixed up myself. The young woman smiles wanly, withdrawing her hand from the dagger's hilt. The old woman just nods, her expression lost in massive wrinkles. Children cluster behind their father, peeping at you and giggling. And this mutt's name is Clodagh. Good boy. Keeps the vultures away. The word vultures, Bennett's expression darkens. Clodagh sneezes disdainfully. What's in the pot? It smells incredible. It only smells good because, from the looks of you, you haven't eaten a proper bowl or proper meal in weeks. Come on, pull up a rock. Grab a bowl. A hugely generous gesture. You know, here's as precious as gold, and this man has children to feed. Sit down and join their meal. It's hot and thick and rich with meat. Best thing you've ever tasted. For the first time in weeks, the hunger in your belly ceases its howling. Group of ravens is called an unkindness. How long have you been camping out here, Bennett? Almost 2 months now. Every day I beg the guards to let us through, but they're not interested in the likes of us. They offered us trade. They'll take our nippers in and keep them safe if Trian and I go work ourselves to death in their mines. And who would look after old Gita? I agree. Gita wouldn't survive out here on her own. Aye, that's the truth of it. So we're stuck out here for the time being. Don't worry though, we'll find a way to get ourselves past that gate. I don't really want to know where he found this food. Beans! Bean, bean, bean. Away from the Maunders, the atmosphere of the camp restarts itself. Unfriendly glares, distant sobbing. You draw your coat close around yourself and hurry back to your tent. You climb into your bedroll, enjoying the rare feeling of a full belly. Offer a silent thanks to Bennett Monder and his clan before sleep steals you away. I love this game so fucking much. A few hours past midnight, you're woken by a soft, silken hiss. Blade slices through the fabric of your tent. Fabric falls away to reveal a pair of gleaming eyes, a crescent of yellow teeth, a gaunt figure with a knife in his hand. Steps carefully into your tent, apparently thinking you asleep. Behind him are the dim shapes of his other men. Each night you bury your tools and coin in a new location. There's not much in the tent they can steal. They don't look like the type who will be happy if they don't find anything worthwhile. In a race with many arms, extra turns, or just more gear to hold while in combat. There are rules depending on the system for it, so I would say you kind of have to go with whatever the system shows. Like I know Starfinder has rules for the Kasatha, I think they are, which have 4 arms. I don't think there's any rules in 5th edition about it because I don't think there's any creatures that naturally have 4 arms. But I know some systems are like, oh, you just get bonus damage or you just get bonus to hit, stuff like that. I would argue that, like, in 5th edition with rules as written, all it means is you just have more options to attack with. But, yeah, that's about all that 5th edition would really rule. Let's see. Don't take one more step. Man freezes, grin wide. Oh, well, wait, you might be easier this way. And over your coins, food, and anything else you got. Penguins enter the tent behind him. 3 more men, all rail thin and desperate. The leader takes a menacing step closer. You've picked the wrong tent. I make swords. You think I can't defend myself? The leader hesitates, but only for a moment. 4 against 1, Smith. Use your head. Stop waving that toothpick in my face. You think you scare me, you scrawny runt? Thief laughs, waving his dagger in your face. Try me, Smith. Doesn't matter how tough you are when you've got a knife in your guts. Nothing else? Thief strikes you across the face with the back of his hand hard enough to rattle your skull. Liar, I ain't stupid. You buried it, haven't you? Robbed blind as soon as I got here. I have nothing. Thief glares at you. You maintain unwavering eye contact. Better be telling us the truth, otherwise we'll come back and spill your guts. Get out of here, boys. Smith's got nothing worth taking after all. The thieves melt away into the night, leaving you alone in your sliced open tent. That'll require a few hours of stitching and repair, but you're too tired to attempt it now. And a few more hours of fitful sleep before dawn breaks. A lot of Forsaken songs and Vanity Chase music. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. Back in the desert. Nice. Alright, so we've got 8 energy. So I could do these 2. Mystery reward. Ooh. Ooh. Huh? How am I gonna... How am I gonna do a one-handed do wood? I guess I know how I could. I don't really want to, though. That thing working did not need the super sketchy thing. It's not sketchy. It's literally programs I use. Like, literally, it's stuff I use. It's not sketchy. So mean. I don't know how I could do that properly. Two leather, five leather. Okay, this I can work with. Oh, but this doesn't have the mystery reward. Cartwheel will give me wood, which I am running a bit low on. I gotta use leather and make it look ugly. Okay. Typical Alyss stream? What do you mean typical Alyss stream? What's the typical part here? Me being bullied by chat? Manny Randall has a case-worn face, or a careworn face and a child clinging in his waist. He nods stiffly at your approach. But he's coming to me. Oh wait, no, he's at my anvil. Need a weaponsmith. Now her mother's gone, my little girl's only got me to protect her. For not to be seen as easy targets, I need some steel to add weight to my warnings. Fucking bet, man. I am in. I am sold. Let's fucking do it. Okay. So we're going to change thickness. One more. Now I'm gonna change this to this. Oh shit, no. I did this the wrong way. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Let's give it a point. What's a broad point? So like... Yep, nope, this guy wants a thicker blade. Okay. So we're meeting everything so far. And this man wants it to be one-handed. And he wants it to be leather. And then we gotta... And now here's what I hate. I have to make something on here out of leather as well. Guess this isn't so bad. That's not the worst look. I need it to at least look consistent. I hate putting leather on this. Oh, Benyen, I fucking hate you, man. I gotta say though, that, like, ignoring the ugly ass hilt and pommel, probably one of my favorite swords I've made so far playing with this part. He waves the weapon in his hand, nodding with satisfaction. The little girl coos in delight as it gleams in the sun. Good. Hopefully this will encourage any wolves to find softer prey. Thank you, Smith. So I leveled up. What's my... Ooh, I got indigo pigment. Alright, open skill tree. So I got two options here. So I can increase my focus by 2, which lets me do more a day. I can get cross-section controls, which is nice. Healing sword parts. I haven't done this one yet. And the asymmetrical blades I also really like, but... you know what? I'm gonna grab sword part scaling because I'm genuinely curious what that'll be like. And then I can still do Brian's thing. I'm gonna hate this because I have to put wood on it, which means it's gonna be really unbalanced. But hello, Smith. Nice setup you got here. Well, what can I do for you? There's a gang that comes round my tent every night, regular as clockwork. They kick and beat us, take our rations, push our faces into the mud. You'd think there'd be some solidarity out here, but, well, there ain't. I've managed to hide the last of my coin from them so far, but who knows for how long. Has to spend that coin on a good sword, I reckon, so I can protect what's mine. Forge it. Ouch. Thank you, Lament. You are adorable. Alright, so as always, we go a little bit longer. I mean, there's not really any weight requirements yet, so I'm not too worried on it. He wants a regular point, so... yeah, that'll do. Actually, wait. You know, I think... I think we can work with that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can work with this. Alright, so here's kind of what kills me. So most annoying to fight Digimon. Gotta be Argomon, I think. No, Diaboromon. As much as I love Diaboromon, our war game has made it very clear how fucking hard they would be to fight. Like, here's... Alright, so here's the one thing I hate about multi-wood one-hand... Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's counting it. Good. Fucking... Thank Christ. Sometimes it'll be very fucking picky about it. Not giving this guy any any leather because I don't really have to. I've met the impact goal. I've actually exceeded it. No, I want this guy to have it. So we're just gonna give him some walnut. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. Well, Oh man, I could make those out of wood too. That's upsetting. Well, here you go, Brian. Are there any psychic subclasses? Depends on the system. I know there's some in 5th edition. Pathfinder, they aren't technically subclasses. In 1st edition, they're just legitimate classes. So like some games, yes, some games not so much. The applicant stands a little straighter as he tests the weight of the blade. It's perfect. You should see the blunt, rusted daggers those bullies wave around. This will put some real fear in them. Thank you, Smith. Maybe my kids will get to keep their food tonight. That mystery item, that's what I want to know. Leather, broken cartwheel. That's the mystery item, okay. Get a Betamon in Time Strainer, name it Alyss 2? Hell yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll get an Agumon and I'll name it Van 2. Tell you what, before I end the day, binge watching a bunch of Pathfinder shit, just play Pathfinder. Reggie, shoot me a message on Discord, I will send you a website, okay? I will send you a website that short of just having the rulebooks on it has everything you need, whether you want to do 1st edition or 2nd edition. I'm not kidding. But I am going to be right back. I actually really want to... I'm going to go make some juice. This way, if someone decides to hydrate me, I actually have something to drink. So, for now, we're gonna...
Lament Deck just said to drink up Alyss.
Yeah, I will be right back to hydrate. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, everyone, I'll be back in a moment. have returned. I hope everybody's enjoyed this, the nice soothing sounds of chicken. Give me 1 second, everybody. I've got a duty to fulfill. Someone say chicken. Do you not hear the chickens clucking? Alright, so let's go to the Lost City now. I promise I'm mixing the juice. I will get a drink afterwards. Not all of Aaron Keep was granted the Masked King's protection. In centuries past, the city spilled beyond its ancient walls. Now the barrier, which traces the wall's course, has left these outer areas to the mercy of the waste. Making sure it wasn't a cockatrice. Does juice just dubby? No, it's fruit punch. I try to keep my energy consumption low unless I'm doing a 24-hour stream or just waking up. I'm already an insomniac. I don't need the inspiration. The Igris blast of flavor, Dubby. Nicknamed the Lost City, these crumbling districts have been picked over by countless looters, but rumors persist that there's worthwhile treasure to be found amongst the rubble. Peek out the scrap peddler! As night draws closer, the shadows in Lost City come alive. Hidden eyes watch from high places. You scurry through the ruins, feeling small and vulnerable as an insect. Fortunately, the scrap peddler is easy to find. He warms his hands over a blazing fire in an empty market square, accompanied by a sad-looking mule pulling a cart full of junk. He is an off-putting sight. Most of his face is bandaged, but the exposed areas are a mess of festering sores and flaking skin. You dread to think of what the bandages are hiding. Not contagious! Not contagious! The peddler points at himself as he shouts. One yellow eye peers madly at you through the gauze. All right, I believe you. No need to yell. Peddler nods, looking immensely pleased. I have many things. I find them in the dark places I sell to you. Can I see your wares? It's too dark. The dark time is for taking my favorites, not giving. Come back in daylight so you can see what you was buying, yes? I should come back to visit the scrap peddler tomorrow during daylight hours. This option will be available from my forge. Alright, well, see you later then. Honest rabbit always is. His rotten grin sends a shiver down your spine. Scrap peddler is now an available option. Search the ruins for valuables. Lost City has been endlessly picked over by scavengers. Your hopes of finding something are slim, but irresistible. Shards and rubble crunch underfoot as you trudge down empty streets. Sure enough, one by one, the half-collapsed shells of houses prove to offer nothing of value. Let's go. Let's give up. A bunch of small fire spirits found the remains of a mining construct. Now they puppet it as a burning, moving colony to protect. I love that. What do you mean? When we get lost and become one more nameless corpse among the ruins, you hurry back to the outskirts. Head back to camp. Time to leave. Some dark shape watches you from exposed upper floor of a half-collapsed brewery. When you glance in its direction, it scuttles away. You hurry back to the camp. Unlike the lost souls camped among these black ruins, you still cling to the hope of entering Aaron Keep. Now I can go visit the scrap peddler. You make your way through the Lost City, the harsh daylight throwing the ruins into stark relief. The sound of your footsteps echoes eerily in the crumbling silence. At last you reach the scrap peddler's square, a rubble-strewn marketplace, flamed by weeds. Peddler perks up at your approach, his one visible yellow eye widening with excitement at the prospect of a customer. I saved the prettiest trinkets for you, yeah. Survey is wares. So I have 190. But I can... Okay, so I can do that. And I have 204. Now I can buy 2 of the books. So I kind of really want these 2 books. Because I really like Quillian's. So I'm gonna grab that. And then I kind of really like the... I really like the ring. So I'm gonna grab that as well. I don't have enough to buy... Unless I sell... Never runs out once. Oh! Oh! Interesting. Well, I could sell the 3 of these, and that would give me 30... No, 52. Would be enough to buy some alabaster. Magic often encourages symbiotic relationships. We love this. I am running low on wood, though. Let's run low on metal. You know, I need to sell these. Oh, I did my math way wrong. You remember when we get the select egg? I do not. Buy one of those. I remember the first one is like not very long off. Rat Peddler dances around excitedly, his bandaged hands fluttering over his collection. The mule retches pitiably. Alright, goodbye, Peddler. Tell your friends and me. Tell them I'm not contagious. Not at all. I love this Rat Peddler. He's definitely fucking contagious. Alright, so you have 8 energy. Let's look at rewards, I guess. Ooh, this one gives me 9 metal and only costs 11. I can get that, which will be nice. Yeah, let's deal with Griswold, I guess. Punchman shuffles towards your anvil, his hands black with dirt and a shovel strapped across his back. As short as a child, but as wide as a barrel, and he stinks of soil. I need a sword, eh? What sword are you after? Something that'll make him think twice before bothering me. He's bigger than me, but a good blade evens the odds. Don't it? Yeah, it does. Not looking for trouble, I just want to be left alone, to do my work in peace. Bet, man. Let's do it. Perfect. And yes, chat, I have become obsessed with doing this. No. Yeah, that'll work perfectly. Make him a medium-shaped blade with curves specifically for aiming. I don't have curves unlocked yet. No, he wants it fucking fully sharp, huh? Yep, that's what he's looking for. Okay. He wants a narrow fucking point. So this wants me to use 2 things from the Smith's Companion, which is nice and fucking easy. And this needs to be a 2-handed. Then I can saw away at the joints. Like, y'all, look at this blade. Blade looks nice. Meets all the requirements. So here you go, Griswold. He takes the blade in his dirt blackened hand, immediately testing its sharpness against his thumb. A thin line of blood trickles through the grime and he grins with satisfaction. Let that bastard come and test me, eh? I'll split him down the middle and bury the pieces in the midden pile. Of course, it looks nice. Alyss made it. You're such a sweetie, Reggie. Sorry, my brain shut down for a moment. I'm a little bit tired if it's not clear. Who is the most ice? I mean, I'd have to say it's... I kind of have to say it's Blucomon, because if Blucomon is not in a cold temperature, Blucomon literally weakens from being in warmer temperatures. If you have a Blucomon and don't live somewhere that is cold 24/7, you are intentionally harming your Blucomon. You have to turn your AC up to like max blast, or move to the Antarctic, or like live in the most northern parts of Canada. Like, you literally are killing Blucomon if you are not in the cold. Colorful imagery. Good luck out there, Gravedigger. Thank you, Smith. If I end up burying you, I promise I'll put you somewhere nice. Maybe nearer. What was the Digimon version of Glaceon? Blucomon. Who's the most fire? Well, we've got Meramon and Blue Meramon. And then let's help Bryn. Guard woman dumps a damaged weapon onto your anvil with a loud clang. Look at this useless piece of dross. I'm fed up pretending this thing can kill a man. I can get it back to work in order. God, look how fucking pretty this is. I can't wait to fucking unlock this kind of customization. God, that looks so fucking good. Oh my god. Y'all, I love a good blade. Huh? Wait a minute. Hold up. What did I just... Huh? Anyway. The kind of sword people sing tales about. Fucking right? Oh, I can't wait to do shit like that. Behefts the weapon with satisfaction, testing its balance. It is new. Maybe better. I bet it could slice the lids from a man's eyes before he can blink. Here, Smith. My enemies will lament your name. You read the complete book of sword. The what? What do you mean, the complete book of swords? should buy another sword. I should learn how to forge swords. I wish my hands weren't so fucking worthless. End of the day. Let's see. Let's go to camp. Outside the walls of Aaron Keep, desperate souls gather in makeshift tents, pleading for entry. Speak to Chef. You find Chef sitting outside her tent, gnawing at a chicken bone that's already picked clean. Nice to see you again. Enjoying my dinner. I'd offer you some, but I'm still waiting for my sommelier to pair, my sommelier to pair the perfect wine. What do you know about the magic barrier on Aaron Keep? It appeared shortly after the Sundering, right? Same time as the Masked King took the throne? I don't know much more than that, I'm sorry. How'd you end up here? I grew up far west of here in Karev. I lived in a beautiful port town. On certain mornings, the sea and sky blended together into one shade of misty blue, like looking out into a hazy abyss. Ships suspended in the middle. Then the Sundering happened. Since then, I've been hopping from settlement to settlement, disaster to disaster. A few years ago, I heard that Aaron Keep had survived. No, better than survived. It had thrived. Safest place in the world, surrounded by a magic shield that kept both plagues and monsters at bay. The name sounded familiar, and then I remembered my dad used to tell me how his fool of a brother had moved to Aaron Keep to make his fortune. Stroke of luck. You're telling me. In any case, that's how I came to be here. My uncle's the last member of my family left alive. I'm sure he'd take me in if only I could get through the damn gate. Let's see. It's from a series of books called The Book of Swords, which are sci-fi adjacent fantasy novels about... Ooh! No, I haven't, because I can't read. I don't know why, I just can't read books. And a kobold use heavy armor and weapons, even though they're... Of course. They can still use them. It's just that they are not... A kobold is going to have a little bit of a harder time using a battle axe than, like, an orc, because of, you know... Well, depending on the game system, because 5e did away with, you know, racial bonuses to attributes and just made it just fucking pick what you want. So, before then, yeah, you know, kobolds would struggle, but could still use them as long as they were the right class. And now, technically, nobody really struggles as long as they're the right class. Give the kobold a larger than normal cleaver. Gotcha. Pathfinder 1st Edition. Look up the barbarian archetype. What is it? Titan Mauler? Yeah, look up Titan Mauler in Pathfinder 1st Edition. You're welcome. Isn't the Silk Song? No, it's Bladesong. What's up, Larry? One of the swords in the book is called Far Slayer. It kills any target that the user thinks of without fail. Does so by flying out of the user's hand and flying to the target, however, then remains in the target's heart, meaning someone else can pick it up. Interesting. Sky is up. I don't know what that means. Oh, I get it now. I asked what's up. Never mind. I'm tired. I'm tired. You gotta give me a little bit of forgiveness. Thanks to say before you all find him and tell him you're here. Thank you. Rubs her eyes. Me getting my hopes up. Lucas Boreano, remember the name. Yep. Dude, Chef told me. Thanks for stopping by. Camp is an appalling spectacle. Ocean of mud flies with gaunt men and women scraping a living amid the filth. Not far from your tent, recent rains have swept away from the soil of a mass grave, exposing glints of yellow bone. Only the rats are well fed out here. 27 days is true. Like Mjolnir, it doesn't come back, except it doesn't come back. Bennett and his wife are nowhere to be seen. Old Gita sits in her chair, smiling vacantly, while the children stoke the fire and scrub out their iron pot. Bodo, the dog, trots up, wagging his tail at your approach. The oldest of children, a boy with twig-thin limbs and a sour face, looks up from his work and glares. What do you want? Where are your parents? I'm gonna score some more food. As soon as we get some meat, it seems he can't help but give it away to random strangers. Obviously a thinly veiled accusation. Would have been rude to turn down your father's invitation. Boy spits at your feet. Rude? I'm starving to death. I don't care about being rude. Dog pushed in your hand, tail whipping manically. Didn't get your name, kid. Dandrick. Leave the boy to his chores, which grunts when you bid him farewell. Photo runs excitedly, circling around you as you leave, then bounds back to resuming guarding his family. I'm in your bedroll, massaging your swollen joints and trying to ignore the rumbling in your belly. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. Hi, Sin. Disco Elysium. I'm not playing Disco Elysium. New V-Pad announcement this month, either for Beat Break or another crossover. So swords with specific. Interesting. Alright, so Mena, Brian. Ooh, this is a lot of stuff. Oh, this one's got so much like requirement though. Oh, but it's so worth it. Looks like Disco. This is what Disco Elysium looks like. I feel like you're lying to me, Sin. I don't know if I've just never played Disco Elysium and that's why, but I feel like this does not look what Disco Elysium looks. Now I need to look, Sin. All right, hold on. Disco Elysium. Yeah, no. I have to disagree. The art style kind of when it comes to like the portraits and such, but that's about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that, you know what, that'll say fair enough. That how you doing, Sin? You having a good one? I've reached 2021. They've had some band I dropped this time. Oh, God, what the why? Bro. Man, you know those fucking figures you got me for like drawing? Those motherfuckers do not sit still. They will hurt. They've literally been hurling themselves off of my desk. Like nothing will happen and they just hurl themselves to the ground. And I don't know why. Like nothing will touch the nothing will touch my desk and all of a sudden they just go. And every time I lose some of their stuff. They're alive like Toy Story, forgot to tell you. Yeah, that would have been nice to know. Not only are they alive, but much like me, they have very, very negative tendencies. Alice is haunted. GG's Pixie, it was nice knowing you. I'm not a fucking pixie! You're Evelyn? Nice. Looks like an interesting game. I love this game. And like I said at the start of stream, I genuinely just thought this was a fucking blacksmithing sim. I didn't realize there was a whole ass story mode to it. Interesting. Anyway, in the camp, almost everyone's starving. The man who approached your anvil is oddly well fed, his face fat and pink and healthy. Oh, Smith, could you make me a sword, something long and vicious, sharp enough to cut bone? Got a spot of hunting to do later. You know how. What kind of hunting do you do? It's a secret, my friend. Everyone knew where to find such a prey, well, they would all succumb to the temptation. Don't worry about that, leave me with an empty fork. Alright, I'll get started. Life. People will retire for the night. Have a wonderful night, and thank you for popping in and saying hello. I hope you rest well. Alright, so this is gonna be an interesting one. Let's do cross section. That's not a regular point, so this will be a regular point. Or not. There we go. So I need to mess with the weight. Control it by altering the weight of the hilt and the blade. Well, let's put on the hilt for now. Oh. Aw. Silk Song. Yeah, I did see that. Can I just keep adding cross sections? Can, but I shouldn't. Oh wait, hold on. Hear me out. Never mind, I officially see why this is... Wait, but I do that, and then... September 20th is Digimon Expo? Larry, what day is that? Is that a...
Let me smash.
The
Please.
sword? I mean, I'm smashing it with a hammer. Does that count? Why am I struggling so hard on this one? Hey, as long as it counts. Let's see, September 20th. It's gonna be on a Wednesday. Fuck. No, never mind. It's a Saturday. Perfect. I'll work with that. Why did I think it was gonna be on a Wednesday? Hell yeah, I can work with it. I can work with a Saturday. Alright, this thing has no fucking sharpness though. Oh, why does it not have sharpness? Alright. Fuck it, we're starting over. Can't believe Digimon Expo 60. Hell yeah. Sorry, y'all. Okay.
Lament deck was asked sink or swim. They
Thank you for
have
the
chosen
hydrate.
sink. Get
Make a
drinking,
reverse
Alyss.
blade sword. I don't have asymmetrical weapons yet.
Hey Alyss, Lament deck said it's time to stretch.
Thank you for the stretch limit. Okay, so let's do the point. I need to stop trying to be so fancy. Fancy is for rich people swords, yeah. I mean, to be fair, this guy is a rich person. How can I... figure out all of the vaccine and data rookies in TS? That's wild. How can I... smooth cross-section is preferable. Wait, but that is the smooth cross-section. I'm just right back where I started. I don't have distal tapering. Oh, I don't think I should have taken this one. No, it's a one-handed blade. Character's already better. Which character? The new one you're doing? Sad. Well, yeah, I mean, it was kind of a given that not every Digimon would be able to make it. So what if... Fucking... Okay. Just got a mutant Candlemon, nice. What would be a normal fucking point on this blade? It would super be unwieldy. Rest well then. Alright, so I've got that up there. Okay. I've gotten the balance where it needs to be. Oh, fucking hell. I don't have distal tapers. I just need a little bit more. Oh, it took so fucking long. Bro. Here you go, Jonesy. Takes the weapon with reverent hands as if it's a sacred relic. Thank you, Smith. When night falls, I shall start my next. At least we're getting 600 fucking experience for it. God damn. Alright, we're taking fucking distal tapers. Wait, hold on. I need to take the swordsmithing, yeah. Because this is the one I think that gives me distal tapers. See you later, Larry. Thanks for popping in. I've got 0 action points. I've got money. What am I doing? How am I doing on materials? Oh, I'm running low on materials. Okay. Yep. And then wood is only 2 each, so I can grab 3 of that. he doesn't have the alabaster anymore. Let's end the day. Honestly, I'm just gonna stay in the forge for the night. God, that was a fucking hard one. I'm at negative $20. Okay. Woman stands at your anvil, her eyes scanning the horizon. She flinches as you approach her. You hear at night you're in the circle, screeching, getting close. What? You have to say I'm mad. Well, we left that thing back in the waste, but they didn't see what it did to my brother. The way it looked at me as it tore him limb from limb. Not like an animal, it watched me, enjoyed my fear. Hearts followed me all this way. Sounds like a good blade at your side could come in handy. I don't know what a sword can do and something like that, but I figure having a sword is better than having nothing at all. Oh no, no, Isolde, fuck you. Fuck you in that balance requirement. Holy shit. What is this? Gold. Let's see. I don't like the low weight requirement, but I think I could do this. Oh, I'm so happy the weight's already so low. I can't wait to fuck it up. I think that'll do for now. Blade's gonna have to be so fucking thin. Jian is long and thin. That's a fair point. So hello. I'm not sure. Do you mind if I call you Rio? Or do you have a preference for what to be called? Rio's fine? Perfect. Welcome in, Rio. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's see. So we want our regular points. Let's go with this. Nope. Thought so. Perfect. It's gotta be impact, so we definitely need to thicken just a little bit. Should open my radar, but irritatingly I don't have. See, that was me during the first playtest. I got into the first playtest, and then as soon as I got into the first playtest, I was like, oh, I'm not free that weekend. Damn it. And then they were like, hey, we're doing another one. I was like, yes, please. If I put this on there, it'll definitely reach the weight I need. That one won't. That one won't. But what if I... put this here. By no means a blacksmith, but so here's my question to you, Rio. Do you watch Forged in Fire? Because I watch so much Forged Fire. One that used to participate in game. Ooh. Yeah, I never got to do that. I would have loved to though. Alright, so these aren't helping. What if I how much? I don't want to use too much. I don't want to use too much metal. Barely used longswords, used axe and shield. I call it the ICU. Oh, fucking, I love this game. I love this game so much. Sword of Omens give me sight beyond sight. Well, this one, it's meeting all the stuff, so I'm gonna turn it in before I fuck something up. Thank you, Smith. I missed having steel at my side. Might even be better than my old blade. Hope this one lasts longer than that one did. And carried me through the sundering and all the troubles that followed. Alright, so I think the gold is just to be sold. So let's go to the scrap peddler and sell some. You know what? I'm gonna keep one. I don't think I get 7 iron out of the shackles. I'm gonna have to hope. I'm really gonna have to hope I get 7 out of these shackles. Okay, I got 10. I got 10. Woo. You get feedback from the soldier that commissioned you? Unfortunately not. But it's one of those things, like all of the requirements are so like easily like they're so laid out that like you either hit their requirements or you don't. It's kind of insane though. I'm gonna save my game real quick. And let's see, I don't have any more action points. Maybe I should go with the +2 action points next level. I'll end the day. Ah, damn it, I forgot about the 20 upkeep. Stay in the forge for now. Okay, so the fact that I have 2 3s is gonna be huge. Uses 23 iron and then gives me 9. How much iron do I have? 35, 12. So I'd end up at 21. The devs add in survivorship bias in this game. Like, find out whether or not the soldiers commission you to live or not. It'd be the perfect game. I mean, here's the thing, like, they're asking for feedback, maybe. Riz with the
Rizonis
raid!
4BT and the gang. Welcome to the House Sable Pub.
Welcome
Prepare for a
in,
wild ride of
Raiders!
chaotic metal fun. Let's turn this raid into a legendary party.
Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday. Grizz, how was your stream? How was the Cyberpunk? Those coming in with Grizz, my name is Alyss, everybody's favorite half-face slime tamer. I do a little bit of everything here, gaming, art, music, and game design. Right now we're actually playing Bladesong, a game that's currently in its playtest. Tons of fun, I'm loving it. It's a borderline puzzle game with a deep story, and it's about bladesmithing. Okay. The woman who approaches your anvil has sharp, quick eyes that never stop scanning her surroundings. Judging by her scars, she's had some close scrapes in her past. Caused a great deal of human death. You look so happy about it. I'm going to head into the lost city and find stuff to sell. People say there's treasure there, stuff that was left behind. Old tools, scrap, maybe even some gold. The lost city's dangerous. Things hunt in the dark. I need something to keep me alive out there. Call it an investment. Okay. This can be actually nice and easy. I get to be fancy with this one. Oh, but I have to make it ugly. Oh. Oh, I have to make it ugly with all the leather. Oh, it's two-handed. I can make that work. I can make the leather work. Okay. Whew. I get to play around with this one. Oops, wrong way. So much resistance you don't have to worry about heating, reheating the blade. Like, yeah, they definitely took it easy on you. You've done gay and committed crime. I'm proud of you. You've made me so proud. The fuck? I've consumed cinnamon Thost Crunch. It was very long and very thin, right? You know, that wasn't what I was meaning to do initially, but that's just how it worked out. Meant to do this. No, that's so bad. I call this the thickinator. It's thicker than it has any fucking right to be. Then we just got to give it a little bit of leather. You know, forged and fired. No, that's full tang or nothing. Hey, see, that's the thing. Like, no, there are definitely times where the see-through or their hidden tang and the see-through tang are actually pretty good. That blade is going to snap. Yeah, I know. This thing's designed to thrust and nothing else. Oh, you know what? I genuinely don't want to put blue on it because that's upsetting to me. That type of blacksmith. What? It meets the requirements. Does it not meet the requirements? Is not everything checked off? Here you go, Ashling. Examines the blade with a practiced eye. Wielded a blade or two in my time, and this one's special. Thank you, Smith. Thinking like a government defense contractor. Here, here. Game. Okay. 17 steel. Good. Okay. That we needed. We needed that. So I can do this, and then I can make a blade for Jovan, or I can scrap these to get more steel. I need a proper weaponsmith. I've come to realize that you can't get far in this world with just a rusty long knife. I'm gonna claw a decent life from this chaos. I require leverage. And in times like these, nothing provides leverage quite like a yard of sheep steel, or sharp steel. Oh god, why is my game doing that? Why is my game suddenly decided? Okay, interesting. I don't know why it's suddenly decided to freak out for a moment, but here we are. Cross section. Hollow out the cross section a little bit. Yeah. One-handed, but he wants 2 pigment or 2 crimson pigment. Oh yes, game. That is where I wanted that. Oh, when did I get the? Oh, I didn't even notice I got the book for peening. Okay. One every night to return from a campaign. I'm building 2 kinds of swords, the Gladius and the Bastard Sword. I mean, like, those were fantastic blades for a reason. So the point here is to use as little as possible in terms of requirements. Surely this will work out well. See, you think you want that, but you don't. There we go. Alright, I can't. I can't do the peen. Oh. I'm not gonna do it, but this is so fucking funny to me. Oh, that was good. That was good. Like you're looking at me. Apply dagger for parry when you somehow invented an awkward guitar. Oh. Ooh. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out real quick. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Now that I know. I mean, we gotta make it symmetrical. Wasting so much fucking metal. Weight bias towards the handle increases speed of redirection. A weight bias towards the tip of the blade increases swing power by much. The rapier versus saber. Exactly. I know the king. There we go. It's so dumb looking and I love it. Oh. Oh, really? It's not counting that as my crimson. Fine. Make the fucking... What? What?
NovaKing00 said to get working on pretty voice.
The voice train redeem. Okay, I guess that's just how we're gonna have to do that then. Well, we might as well make it more interesting then. This would drive me insane. Those spikes and guard will prevent me from placing my thumb on the blade, which you could do for the defensive. Yeah. Hello, Raven. Do you like my sword? My extremely cursed sword? Sword is taken in mine and stowed away. Very nice. This should prove quite persuasive. Well, it's not fair, so it might as well be unfair in my favor, eh? Oh, sweet level. We've seen much more cursed. Well, let's go and get much more cursed. Alright, so I need to think, chat. Because I can do Organized Mind, which gets me 2 extra points. I can do Fullers, which are going to be really fucking helpful. I can do Part Bending, or I can do Asymmetrical Blades. I'm between Fullers and the Focus. See more cursed swords in Hot Topic. Do they sell swords in Hot Topic? I know East meets West always sold them. Used to? Okay. Fuller? I was thinking, I also just really love a good Fuller. Yeah, let's grab the Fuller. Fuck it. And then we've got one more thing, so Jovan, we're just gonna grab some extra money. Go with Fuller just because you can reinforce the entire blade using less steel. Yeah. No shop called Expressions. You sell them but never any Hot Topic. That's what I was saying. Like, I've never seen a Hot Topic with blades, but I've seen East meets West with them. Let's see how cursed you can make with a Fuller. If I'm gonna experiment with making a cursed Fuller, I'm gonna have to I know what I'm gonna do. I'll keep this Fuller in the center of the blade. Didn't I already fix this blade? I could have swore I already fixed this one for you, Jovan. That's all. We're gonna save game, main menu. We're gonna go to creative mode. There we go. Oh god. Oh no. Ooh, actually, you know what I want to make? I believe it's called a Cicada? Hold on, we're gonna actually shorten the blade to there. And I believe that is, of course, not cross-section display. Yeah, I think that's where we want that. No, one more. Perfect. The 5-finger sword, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can make. I don't know if I can put 5 fullers on it. Oh, wrong one. I'm feeling like this is definitely too long for a Cicada. That's too wide. There we go. That think that's good. Let's actually bring back down the length though. There we go. I think that'll do it. Yeah, I think that'll do. Cross section. Okay. Side fullers. Now, can I add one more set of side fullers? Nope. Unless... Yeah, unfortunately I can only get 3 folders. Apparently. That's kind of sad. I like to imagine the cicadas baby's first sword is extremely easy to index, meaning you know how you're swinging it correctly. Yeah. I definitely, I think this is a little bit too wide now. No. Patent side blade like that will catch the wind. Fat and wide. Yeah, but the cicada's supposed to be fat and wide, I think. I gotta look it up. Yeah. Weirdly, I think if anything, I actually... Not to be perfect, there's a renaissance cicadas that don't have fullers. Actually, a lot of the cicadas I'm looking at actually only have 3 fullers. So that's actually not bad. Now, I do want to... I'm gonna actually remove that. And we're going to add a point to it that honestly comes down this way. Because the cicada's kind of just triangle. From what I'm looking at. Now I am going to grab fuller. I'm gonna send the middle one all the way up the blade. And then the side fullers we're gonna send to about here, I think? Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. There's not really the kind of guard like the aside from how fucking big it is, that's not far off. I guess this one's kind of close enough. Whoops. Thin this out just a little bit more. God, this thing really is just a fucking pancake. I think that one looks okay. I think that looks okay enough. You know, yeah, I kind of like that. Then, let's see, where is... is... Ooh. Hmm. There's one spot where I struggle. Then we have the Elder Futhark. Hmm. Pretty syncade-ish, right? Like, I'm really happy with how it came out, honestly. I wish I could change the steel of the blade, though. Oh. Oh god, leather. I hope they do better with the Damascus steel. Like because I love Damascus steel, I would love for them to do a really good job with it. Can't dye that because of that overlap. I can dye that. No toppings needed for that slice of pizza. Before you're already making. No, this is a cicada. It's a dagger. That is. Oh, can I make all delete? Oh, chat, I know what we're doing next. I like this. I think this looks really good. Yeah, Transcendent Sword, all delete. Just gonna delete the stuff that I didn't make. Oop. I might be thinking of the name of the attack and not the sword. Honestly, making the hilt is gonna be so fucking hard. Oh, easily. Metal Seedramon's horn, I already have a design for it somewhere. Although I don't know if I can put holes through the blade here. Actually a good idea to check. Yeah, I don't see a spot for putting holes through it, unfortunately. Trying to get a great picture of it. And yet the best picture I can find of it is from a toy. Cat, what the fuck? Why is the best picture of this thing I can find a goddamn toy? Uh. All right, let's try and make let's try and make Transcendent Sword. So first off, we definitely gotta make it longer. So this sword, I mean, we're gonna ignore the fact that Omnimon is like 15 fucking foot tall. I feel like that's a good size for it. Yeah, it's a pretty thin blade, honestly. Actually, no. Hold on. We gotta do point first. Have different answers in different situations. Yeah, I think that's as good as that's gonna get. So now we're gonna add the cross section. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get the colors onto it that it's supposed to have. Yeah. I feel like that's as good as that's probably gonna get. No, this is definitely too long. This is too fucking long. It is true, everybody who watches me is a nerd, but that's just kind of how it be. Okay. Yeah. I feel like that's a... My brain is still telling me that that's too long. But let's make it wider, and that'll probably solve my problem. There we go. Now that feels more right. That feels more right. Now the question is, how am I even gonna try and make the take a Jian to compliment my kung fu, but you tell me I'm in the middle of an enemy camp. Look, you tell me I can have one sword, we're taking a rapier. I'm an easily pleased woman. Okay, I gotta look for a moment at all my options. You know, hilariously, that's not a bad one. Uh. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add. This is just to have attachment points. Nope, that is not what I wanted to. I'm spinning like a ballerina. Anyway, what if... Wait a minute, wait a minute. Now, if only I could make it wider. Got the half cape, that should be on the list too. This is almost perfect. Is there even orange? Not really. Just hot steel. Okay. I'll have to figure something out with that. If I can even figure out how to... I almost feel like I would have been better off just... Oh, we're gonna put that there for right now. I need to test something. Oh yeah, no, this is already not gonna work. Or will it? Oh god, I need to get rid of that now. Nope, that won't work. I mean, I guess. All right, so actually, hold on. If there was a way to adjust its back to the drawing board. Hold on, chat. Your girl is thinking, and that makes her dangerous. We already know the rapier cup doesn't have any like transformation points. That's trash. Despite the fact it would literally be perfect for what we fucking need. And then that's worthless. That's worthless. Pretty sure this is what we're using. I mean, yeah, I guess it works. This is not gonna look great. Yeah, this looks so fucking silly. I also don't know how I'm gonna do the eye holes. Now that I think about it. Gonna do our best, I guess. looks so fucked. This looks so fucking janky, chat. I hope y'all are happy. Me making this fucking really bad version of Transcendent Sword. Got the half cape. Nothing wrong with that. Also, Rio, I apologize. I'm not sure if you're as familiar with Digimon as the rest of my chat. Oh, fucked. Alright, so what we're gonna do... Okay, hold on. Okay, so that's not gonna change anything. Cool. Oh, actually, copper. Copper almost works, I guess. Oh, there we go. Oh, if I could do like a middle ground between copper and gold. That'll just have to do though. Y'all, I'm cooking, and it's a terrible idea. Almost lined up. And now we need engraving. Chat, all I'm gonna say is I have done my best. I have done my best at this. Oh wait, actually, hold on. This underside. Yeah, okay. Now back to this. I wish there was like a duplicate button. Duplicate would be really helpful. It's 13 rounds. You know what? I'm gonna use the large bars there. I wish I could just slice this off. Okay. You guys are so fucking jank. You guys are so fucking jank, chat. Hi, Alvin. I am attempting to make the transcendent sword from Digimon. Oh, chat, what am I fucking doing? I don't want this one, I want this one. If I manage to make this well enough, I would like some kind of reward piece. I feel like oh god, I need to zoom in on this part. Okay. This there. I'm just annoyed I can only do this on the one side. No, we could do it clearer than that. Welcome back, Derek. You know, this stuff is so close to just being Elder Futhark, and it just falls fucking short. And then, of course, the lines aren't super clean. And then I need to do oh god, I need to do a fucking smaller one. So I need to actually increase the size of this. This can all stay exactly No, this one is much smaller. Okay. Alright, this next one's nice and easy. At least it would be if any of these were clean fucking marks. Hold on, let's... Nope. 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 This is what we're doing, chat. Come on, surely. Nope. Oh god, I really... You know what? I know what I'm gonna... Really don't want to start this over though. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come down here. Start with this part. Okay, so I genuinely have an idea. Okay. There we go, there we go. We're getting somewhere, chat. We're getting somewhere. And lighting. I'm sorry, I don't understand what I just read, and I can't tell if it's because I'm so distracted doing this, or if my brain just shorted out because I don't remember you owning an animal named Amazon. Okay. That's the first thing. Kitty is named Amazon? Okay. Now, the one that I really don't want to do truly, this game would benefit from just the ability to select multiple or duplicate like options.
Duck.66, absolutely. One Houdini coming right up, ready to add a magical touch to your day. Let's keep the metal drinks flowing at the House Sable pub.
So now, take all of this and bring it down. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring it down for now, and I will make it look better once it's down there. This sword is gonna turn out to be so fucking tiny. Trying to retain the shape somewhat so I know what is supposed to be what. This, bring this down. This down. All right. Yep, it's just gonna have to do. And then... Oh, wait. I'm missing something. Okay. Almost there, chat. We're almost there. And then... All right, all right. That comes down here now. Hi, Gunner. I'm doing well. How about you? Just a little bit longer. Makes it ring a little bit bigger. Okay, cool. So now we don't have to cut as much length off of the blade. And delete the point. You doing okay? That's good. Yeah. I guess that'll work. I genuinely wish I could make this internal section that darker. There we go. I think that is as good as that's getting. Alright, so what is the screenshot button? Oh wait, I know. It's just gonna be the... All right. I think that's as good as that's getting. So chat. All right, so I talked about this before. So this game is called Bladesong. It's currently just on playtest. So, you know, add it to your wish list. I'm not even sponsored by the people who did this. Just really fucking love this game. Like, genuinely just really like it. Yeah, thank you to whoever suggested I make Transcendent Sword. Thank you for the head pets, Miku. Oh, now the question is, where are we going? Where are we going, chat? That's an option. That's an option. I see someone playing some Digimon. We can go that way. We can go bother someone playing Silk Song because it'd be funny. Oh, that's someone we haven't seen in a while. We could always raid him. Nope, we're raiding the Bean. Because the Bean is adorable. All right, everybody. So I hope everybody had a lot of fun. I hope everybody is excited. Tomorrow should be a bridged memory, so I hope to see everyone for that. Saturday is going to be some DSR. So I hope everybody's excited for that, and I will see you all tomorrow around 8 o'clock. Have a wonderful night.